Hi, my name is Rick Gilson, and I'm one of the 7 Regional Office Executive Directors in December of 2022, associated with the Alberta Regional Professional Development Consortia. ARPDC, as it's more commonly known, has this website that I'm introducing to you today, and we continue to add to the website. And most recently, we have been developing a collection area, if you will, for resources to support the curriculum implementation. Now, what's a little bit different about this collection site is, while initially primarily to gather all the work from across the 7 offices, we are open to hosting files and resources from others who care to share their work across the province as well. Where this is a little bit different from the boards, which we are also committed to working on with Alberta Education on their new curriculum website, is that in this website, the files associated with the work, be they slide decks, PDFs, Word documents, those files can also be found here at this collection point. We do intend to have our ARPDC consultants build boards and point those boards, just as all other users are doing on the boards, point those boards to this location to be able to access the files associated with the lessons, activities that are shared on the boards on new curriculum by ARPDC's team, and would certainly encourage any educators and divisions across the province to consider doing likewise. So very quickly here, when you come to ARPDC's website, the homepage, and now I have clicked on new curriculum to come to this site. And you can see our intent is to be able to scale this up over the entire K-12 curriculum implementation process. You'll be able to select your subject areas, you'll be able to search, and you are able and invited to submit a resource. We're going to spend most of our time on the resource submission at this time. When it's appropriate, we'll update this video. So let's click here on the Submit a Resource button. And when we do that, you come to the Submit a Resource page. Now, it's very important that we establish a foundational piece here. Number one, you can click on the button to move over to the French side in support of our Francophone French immersion educators across the province. The entire ARPDC site is committed to the principles of open sharing. We have adopted and are applying to this work the Creative Commons license that attributes the work, provides the work at no charge, and has a share and share alike principle behind it. So what we're indicating here is that you have access to these resources. You are most welcome to adapt the resources as you see fit to your classroom situation. However, it is specifically important to recognize that these are provided at no cost, and in the adaptation, where appropriate, if you agree to share, you are sharing with the same guiding principles. Specifically, as it's indicated here in bold, this means materials accessed from this site and subsequently altered by you to fit your needs should not appear on pay sites such as Teachers Pay Teachers. Attribution in our case for all of the ARPDC teachers and consultants will be indicated as having been uploaded by ARPDC. We also remind everyone to please ensure that every appropriate step is taken to be copyright compliant in your submission. So if you are pointing to other websites even, or if you have modified materials from other sources, do those sites and sources provide share and share alike permissions? Scroll to the bottom of the websites from which you have drawn material and refer to and check out the policies that they have. Some policies are very open, others forbid any sharing of any sort. We would appreciate everyone trying to follow those principles. Once you've submitted a resource, it will be reviewed and then posted. That review process is primarily to ensure that all the links work, that it lays out nice, things of that nature. We do ask for emails of all submitters. That's in order that we might be able to communicate back and forth if there's some things that need to be adjusted. If you have any questions, you can click on this link and email ARPDC, and one of our team will get back to you. We are grateful to any and all who are willing to share. Now, in the sharing process, here's how it works. Provide a title to your resource. Provide a brief description. This is just a couple of sentences that will appear, as you'll see later in an example. It will appear on the search when you click on a grade and click on a subject. A more detailed document, maybe a page or so, that might be the first thing you upload with your submission, would be a kind of a start here, an explanation piece for the other teachers who might refer to the resource to take a look at and gain some understanding of what you intend the resource to be used for, and how the various other pieces that you've uploaded fit in that work. Then identify which grade or grades a resource might be useful for. If someone indicates all grades, then that will show up in a cross-graded or multiple grades. That will show up in a cross-graded tile that we have there on our opening page. With subject areas, we ask you to be as specific as possible. That will certainly help our search engine. If you're uploading something that's universally applicable, an assessment piece, for example, we'd encourage you to click on General. That's where you'll find many of the non-subject specific assessment pieces, is one example that comes immediately to mind. Identify what files you are attaching to your upload. As we indicated, we are capable of supporting Word, PDF, slideshows, be they Keynote or PowerPoint, and spreadsheets. Additionally, if you have small videos that are not necessarily on YouTube, but if you have uploaded a video to a YouTube, that would be a preferable way to go. If you're sharing Google Docs, please check that. And then other websites, not necessarily Google Doc websites, check that as well. We do have other, not really sure what we might use that for, perhaps an audio file or things of that nature. In this box, we'd like you to put the URLs. Now, in entering those, put only the URL, no explanation text, nothing else in this box, and one URL per line. So you enter that URL, copy and paste, put the next one on the next line, and so on. There isn't a limit to the URLs that you can put in here. Just remember, one per line. Thank you. Then come to here and click to upload your files. You can see that all of the files that we're capable of handling in the upload piece, and the request that no file be more than 64 megabytes. When we get down to we have the ability to upload 5, sorry. If you have more files, we'd invite you to reflect on how you might separate your upload into parts. Particularly around a unit, you might, if you were thinking you had an entire unit package you wanted to submit, you might look at the unit part 1, part 2, and divide things up that way. Please put your name and your email address. Prefer your work email address would be best. What school system you're associated with or organization. Down here, your organization. You see that this is elective. This is helpful. As I indicated, all of our teams' submissions will have ARPDC, and then click Submit. And once it is submitted, as I said, it will be reviewed and then uploaded to be searchable through this page. Now, at this point, I'm just going to share a simple example document. We have, just so you can see how things would lay out. So we'll just click in here, and we see with the standard Latin filler text here, an example with this money bingo cards that comes up with math. When you come into the subject, you see where you are, you see how you can get back to all subject areas. We've also set it up so that you can flip from subject to subject to subject, or even cross or general. If we click on general, we pop down and we see that there's an assessment within Alberta's curriculum that's covering and applicable to all pieces. We'll come back here to math, where we had our example. Ultimately, we will have this keyword search populated with pop-ups, so one could begin to type in specific terms, and as those keywords are added to the library, they'd pop up. You'd be able to click on that and sort to your keywords. We click on this to see the more detailed post, the entire post. Each one creates its own web page, if you will. So we see the full explanation, the videos that were submitted and linked, and then the downloaded files. And so, as I indicated, we feel it would be best practice if this first one was a one-pager that summarizes what is in the package and how one might go about it, 1 or 2 pages there, and then your other pieces that you care to upload and share. So that, ladies and gentlemen, takes us through what we're attempting to do as we look to populate this. As indicated, we intend to scale this, be in a position to scale this work up over the coming years as curriculum rollout continues. You are able to get to New Learn Alberta from our site, and as indicated, you can switch to French. I would point out that we will continue to build out the other elements of the ARPDC website. If one clicks on learning opportunities, it takes you to a page you should all be relatively familiar with when you visit our regional offices, where we have all of the sessions that are being offered in a searchable manner. And our PD resources are all resources for professional learning that include this new curriculum website, but other areas that we have developed over the years. So thank you very much for visiting us today. And if you have any questions, the email is there for you, or reach out to one of your regional office contacts. And we ask for your patience as we begin to populate this website, and look forward to working with you in the years ahead to support the students of Alberta. Take care.